Alrighty, welcome back everyone to the next episode here of Genesis. So the last episode we did actually manage to get ourselves a much better start than we did in the first one. We've actually, got something resembling the beginnings of a base, and a couple of tames that we still actually have. So, of course, today my goal, I need to get a saddle quick for the parasaur. Oh, I did not think I was in range to hit you. And if we can, also another saddle just for the other trike, just so they've all got the armor and the ability to ride them, just because it would be useful. I had enough hide to make a saddle for one of the trikes, so I could also move them so that I could get the thumbnail for the last episode, but I ran out of hide to get the other two. And then the other major goal is to gather the remaining stuff that we need to make a shipyard, so that we can then try and make our first sloop. We've already got the metal for the actual shipyard, and it's another 200 for the sloop. So I have regathered the metal, so we have it smelting. It's just obviously going to take some time to do so. I believe also we should now have, yes, there's now enough cementing paste, so we can now make the gravestone again from a mod, and that just basically just will give us the little bit of slight security should anything go wrong, where we can just retrieve our corpses. Obviously, there's nothing at the moment, but it means if we die, we've got a quick recovery tool like I had on Ark Survival Evolved, where we had the personal grave there. And yeah, I think that's it for what I can do straight away. Actually, so what we can do is make up crossbow quick, because our bow's on its last legs anyway, so might as well just replace the poor thing. We also could make the sword. I think I'll have to think about that one. The other thing we also really could do with doing is actually making ourselves some armor. So you know what, since we seem to have plenty of metal nearby, maybe we actually do make black armor? If that's... let's just dump those points in. Can I actually unlock black yet? Or am I... Yes, I can. Okay, so yeah, let's make ourselves black armor then. Although it does knock down our heat resistance, so maybe it's actually not the best idea to... We'll unlock it all anyway. But if it's going to knock our heat resistance down... I mean, ideally what we want then is desert cloth. Just don't know... I know you can get silk on this map, I cannot remember where from. I don't want to have to just resort to buying it from Archelon. But yeah, if we wear flak armor, we are definitely going to be overheated. So, okay, maybe for now we just get some cloth then, just so we have something. Because, yeah, my poor character has been running around in nothing but his pants for 43 days. How on earth has that much time passed? Okay, several weeks then, apparently. I didn't think that many days had passed on the server unless something went a bit wrong with me changing the time of day in the photo mode for the screenshot just now. Right. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I was going to grab fiber and make some cloth. You know what? We will make a sword, why not? Because what I then can do with that... let's just have the ammo back, and then drop the bow, drop the spear, because I'll replace that with the sword. Did I actually? I didn't actually craft the gloves. Right, there we go. And then equip all of that, and then we should have, to get a bit more in theme. Yeah, we got all of the pirate stuff, so let's put the cutlass skin on, and then which one do we want? Do we want the fancy, the scurvy? Let's try on the scurvy one for now. That feels a bit more fitting with the sort of like cloth. Okay, so there we go. So that's that one. Fairly nice looking set, to be fair. And then let's have a look at the other one, just because might as well see what they both look like. And it does let you just swap between. And of course the light's going to have swapped. You know what, I don't actually know which one I prefer from that. I think I like the boots and trousers as this one. I might do a bit of a weird mix and match, actually. Because that one definitely had the better hat. So yeah, I actually... What do the gloves for this one look like? Oh yeah, the free hands with the rings. And I think I liked having the actual... the gloves. Yeah, there we go. Okay, bit of a weird mix and match set, but I quite like that. And what's this? Structure skins. Hammock bed skin. Okay. Can put that down when we got a boat. And then complete the set with the cutlass. There we go. Now we're in theme. Ah. Rex. A level 5 Rex with a baby. Oh. Well, you remember what I said last episode about this kind of thing? I see an opportunity. So look, what else is there any other dinos in here? I don't know. It's excellent. That makes this opportunity even easier. Because I reckon I've got enough arrows to take out a level 5 Rex. Oh, he's bloody already, I definitely do. Dodge and weave! Oh, I shot the wall. Run away. And down it goes. And that also adds quite nicely to our hide fund. Do you have anything interesting? Slightly better cloth. You know what? I'll take it. Yeah. Right, and then where is the level 5 baby Rex gone? I'm going to assume that the footsteps over here. Yeah, there he is. Nice. There we go. So we have a minimum level, but nonetheless a Rex. You know, have some meat. Well, okay, I realize I've literally just fed you your parent, but
Hey there, mate.
animals don't mind about that. Dinosaurs don't mind that sort of thing, right? It'll be fine, I'm sure. Right. Okay, so obviously in these kind of like fort ruins, there's a bit more dangerous stuff that spawns in them. You know what, I'm just going to leave you there. I will come... Oh, that is another Rex and some aloes. Okay, you know what, never mind. I'm going to move you away from here. do you want an imprint? You know, we'll hang with this guy, imprint him, and then we'll continue to explore the fort. Okay, 3 more seconds. What will you want? A walk. This I can do. There we go. Okay, it looks like it might be another one where to do, because of the maturation, I don't know if I'll get the full 100% imprint, but which means it's increasingly looking like it might be, for the purposes of my imprint settings, I might have to tone down the rate at which they want care. So actually, does Simon Structures add an equivalent of the nanny? So in which case I don't need to worry, because mods will sort my problems. I don't know why I didn't just search, but yes, the nanny is there. Yeah, okay, cool. So we'll be able to get imprints. And a cuddle. There we go. And then, yeah, there definitely isn't going to be enough left on his maturation timer to get the last imprint in, so that will do for now. So we will leave him to finish growing up and go explore the fort, because I assume we must be able to like get up to the top somehow. Okay, there's another Rex spawned in, so we're just going to go this way. Like, does this... Okay, that doesn't go anywhere. That also doesn't go anywhere. Which I'm going to assume means the other side is probably the same. You have absolutely spotted me, haven't you? Yes. Okay. Well, let's see if by theory of the same thing we did to the last one, we can take you out as well. So you're going to have a lot bigger health pool. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Ouch, my ankles. Yeah, also doesn't go anywhere. Nope. That's not how stairs work, buddy. Oh, well, if I can hit you and you can't hit me, that seems perfectly fair in my books. Yeah, I mean, this works for me. Do you want to do that? Nope. Completely missed. Damn you for moving your head. Okay, fine. Yeah, so I'm guessing we actually can't actually get up to the top without a flyer then, because... Is this harvestable? No. I'm certain that down here is not going to allude to anything. Nope. Oh shit. They're faster than me. Okay, made it off. Yeah, I don't fancy my ability. Oh shit. You know what? This is one of those situations where we just die. Right. Respawn at the bed.
Can't keep a true survivor down.
And then at least the benefit is we now have this, so we can just have all of our stuff back. Where have my trikes disappeared to this time? I'm noticing a serious problem with leaving anything with an ability to attack in this game. Your tames just vanish. Regularly. Down here. Why are you down here? Ah, right, the Therizino. Alright, let's go back and retrieve the Rex then, and then that's kind of us done for the island exploration. Actually, you know what? He can see us from there. Yeah, we're not in range to whistle him. There we go. Come on, buddy. Oh. Where is he going? There we go. And you pop. Lovely. And just like that, we have a Rex now. Will be a much better guard dog. He isn't a very high level, but, you know, we won't let that bother him. Let's get him some more health. That's probably fairly important to him at the moment. There we go. Lovely. Well, there we go. Island explored, one new creature obtained. Next stop, raft, and go and obtain our Kentro and Serato. Or rescue, I suppose, is more the term. Poor guys, abandoned, alone on an island. Okay, well, I mentioned the next thing that I wanted to do was tame up an ichthyosaur, so that we had something to go and get our old raft back. So I found this one just in the little beach down from our base. Obviously, he's not the highest of levels, but it will do. It's something that will allow us to get somewhere. I actually should have brought some of the prime meat down from the Rex, because probably would have done it in one. Oh well. This water buoyancy thing is getting quite annoying. Trying to stay underwater where I can see him and just keep being forced to the surface. It's gonna take some getting used to. And there we go. One ichthy tamed up. And then the other thing I'm going to do is
Got some hexagons you're keen to spend?
exchange and buy one cryopod.
Let's do this again.
And that way we have somewhere to store him when we're not using him. the other thing just to quickly test is, does this work with the non-modded ones, or will it? No, okay, I do need the modded ones. Okay. Well, we can sort that out another time. Oh wow, your health barely goes up. Okay. Right, well, we at least now can try and make our way down to our raft to recollect our creatures, so let's start making that journey. Which could be interesting, because I think there's a lot of Ziff packs around the local area, so this may go very badly, trying to even actually get out. Although that being said, the ichthy is pretty fast. So maybe we'll be okay, actually. Is that a non-X itchy? Yes. How are they, like, level 300? Okay. So that's non-X megalodons as well. Like, what? I think I'm going the right way. Loosely. Yeah, how a bunch of non-X creatures suddenly started spawning in. Something's gone a bit wrong in my game there. Right, let's actually give this poor guy the food that I'm carrying. Yeah, again, that's level 200, but ichthyosaur. It's just a thing where once you're on a water mount in this map, that just really high level creatures start appearing, or have I encountered some sort of bug? Well, the good news is this guy's way faster than the raft, so... Yeah, because they're almost just materializing in front of me, so... Starting to wonder if they are something to do with the mount. Aha! Oh, grand. Well, cool. I didn't actually want him anyway because of a stupid high health manta. Awesome. Okay, well, sorry, little guy. That has got to be a bug. There is no way there are meant to be just, like, level 300 mantas just spawning in constantly around you in the ocean. That's... What? Stupid water buoyancy. Yeah, like level 285, not X Megalodon on Genesis Ocean. Excuse me. Okay, well, the good news is we got back to our raft. So, we can return our creatures at long last. And there we go, we've got the raft back to our old island. And I did have a look while I was travelling over about the really high-level creatures. Apparently this is a thing, or certainly part of an intended feature that's grown into a bug, because they spawn in all sorts of places they're not meant to, like close to the islands. So they're meant to be there to sort of keep you out of the non-Genesis ocean biome, which... obviously is only a few squares in the middle of the map. Because let's have a look. What? I'm 2,000 meters away, so if we track that. So yeah, the actual Genesis ocean biome is I guess, within those grid squares in the middle. Like those 4 grid squares in the middle of the map. That's the actual. So basically, those creatures are meant to spawn outside of that everywhere else when you're on a water mount, just trying to steer you back into that zone when you're not on a boat. Only, yeah, they seem to be a bit bugged where they can spawn right at the shore, where they're obviously not meant to be, because you are meant to be able to go in that bit of the ocean around the islands. Spawn in way too frequently, in my opinion, although whether that bit's a bug, I don't know. But that was stupid numbers of them that were around me, as you probably saw there. And then all of the spawn locations when you teleport back into the ocean biome
Hello, you.
are all going to be on the islands around the outside, as you can see from the random bits of the map I've discovered. So, yeah, I don't know quite what they were thinking with that, but here's hoping that gets sorted soon, because that's insanity. Well, I guess we get a Dilophosaur for our return journey. Okay, so we should now have all of the resources we need. Yes, there we go. Then I've got no idea how placing this works, whether it snaps to foundations or anything, in which case it would be nice to try and get it snapped up to our base. Okay, it's quite big. Okay, so it's not something I can just kind of snap up to the... So can I just not place it too close to the straw, or is there a creature obstructing it? Which, given the size of this thing, wouldn't be difficult. I think it's just a creature obstructing it. Because there's so many that... I think we're gonna have to just... There we go. And I'll have to just make some sort of bridge to get us over to it another time. Or maybe we can do that now, actually. I probably don't have the resources. Okay, let's... Ouch. There we go. Right. So how does this work, then? How do we... Oh, right, it just has an inventory. Okay, so we're going to need a lot more wood, a lot more fiber. Just a lot more, basically. It's a very big structure, though. Cool looking one, though. Nope. I get to zoom out faster. I don't know why the scroll wheel takes so long to... There we go. Well, there you go. One shipyard created. We'll just have to gather up some oil and more wood and things to actually get ourselves the boat, but we've got step 1. How to work out how I make it back to the land. So I think I may not actually be able to make it up on this side. Oh, no, I can. Excellent. Okay, so while exploring around the island to try and find oil, there are a few rocks that seem to spawn up here, but annoyingly not quite enough, because I need 60 oil, and I've ended up with 50, but there is... I think she's gone back into the water, but there was a 145 female Archelon. I'm pretty certain the way they used to work in the Ark Survival Evolved mod was you fed them jellyfish toxin, so I'm going to test if that is still the case. Because if so, that could be a pretty good water mount to have. Let's have a look. Pretty certain that's how you guys work. You're just passive tames. Yep. Cool. Well, we'll have to cryopod her up for now, but we will have a very good water mount. Oh yeah, here come the stupid high-level stuff. We've been in the water for a few minutes. It's actually insane. Like, I just can't be in the water. But yeah, level 220 Megalodon. Like, why? Why? Why is this a thing? So basically, because the Archelon has gone into the water rather than staying on the land, I can't tame it now, because there's now a bunch of these. Yeah, I don't know what they thought they were doing by adding these, other than just ruining the experience of the map, but it's a bold move, I'll say that. Yeah, like, look at that. I've been in the water for 2 seconds. Megalodon, Megalodon. I can't tame it. I can't actually tame it anymore because I'm not allowed to get anywhere near it. And yeah, he does way more damage than I do. So what's, yeah, 5k health. Like, I can't take that out. So I've got no choice but to basically not enter the ocean unless I'm actually going in, getting the feed quick, and then leaving, because if I'm in there for more than 30 seconds, all of those silly high-level things spawn. Like, they need to just have a barrier around the islands where they can't, because that's ridiculous. Like, I can't even swim in the shallow bit around an island without getting attacked. Like, what? Just because that island isn't within those 4 box squares. Or if it's even those ones, it might not actually. It might actually be higher up, because that's where the Genesis Ocean used to be with... Yeah, I don't know how they did that in terms of moving it. So yeah, just these little rocks like this, they provide oil. Yep. And then just passive. Oh, buoyancy, you suck! No, 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 no. I don't want anything like that right now. That's one of the problems with this system. It's like, you're meant to have, oh, you've tamed a creature for the first time. Here's the cool little dossier to tell you about it. Except you can't, because you've got to immediately run, because there's creatures that you just can't do anything about. I don't normally like to complain about these sorts of things, but this really is insanity. Like, it is literally a feature in a game that says, here's an ocean you can't explore. Which almost makes you go, what is the point? I really, really hope they're planning to patch that soon. Like, add some sort of barriers around the islands so that you can actually, explore the shallows without getting, level 300-400 megalodons that at that point in the game you can't do anything about. You have nothing to deal with it at this level. Sure, if I was riding about on a Tuso, I could probably kill a couple of them, or a Mosa or whatever, but, I've got nothing. How am I meant to deal with that? And I get to some degree, okay, you could argue that's the point. It's meant to keep you out of areas you're not meant to be in, but how can you say that the shallow water around the island I've spawned on is an area I'm not meant to be in at this point of the game? Yeah, someone didn't think that through, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is a completely unintentional bug, in which case, can we get on patching it sooner, please? Anyway, rant over. Successful tame of water creature, and let's try and actually get our Cerato back to land as well, because for whatever reason he decided to come with us and almost get himself killed for it. Okay, so since all of that actually ended up taking quite a bit longer than I thought it would, I certainly have quite a long amount of footage. I don't know how much of an episode it'll turn into. Maybe this episode ends up being a bit shorter, but I figured in order to allow for crafting the sloop and going on an adventure with that actually being a bit more of a lengthy episode, I will leave that to craft at the beginning of the next episode, and then we'll take that, go and try and re-find those tide pups that I found at the beginning of last episode, see if we can tame those. And then, yeah, depending on how long that all takes us, and going for an adventure with the sloop, maybe get into actually teleporting to some of the other zones to tame some other creatures. But yeah, hope you guys have all enjoyed today, and we'll see you guys in the next one for the sloop adventure.